Now prepare yourself for the next Dutch vocabulary lesson. Today we are going to talk about, hi guys, animals. My name is Bart de Pau. This is 1000 Most Common Words in Dutch, the course to learn basic Dutch vocabulary with exercises on learndutch.org. 40 lessons. In each lesson you learn 25 of the most frequently used Dutch words. Lesson 21 concerns animals. To be more specific, we will discuss pets, animals that you can find on the Dutch farm, and the most common birds in the Netherlands. Het dier. Het dier. Het beest. Het beest. You may want to translate it with the word beast. But whereas in English the word beast has a rather negative and violent connotation, this is not necessarily the matter in Dutch. So, animal would be a better translation for the word beest. Het huisdier. Het huisdier. De hond. De hond. And in the Netherlands we need to pay a special tax. Belasting. Remember that word from a previous lesson for dogs. The so-called hondenbelasting. De kat. De kat. We can also say de poes. De poes. Het konijn. Het konijn. And the rabbit in this picture is well known amongst many Dutch learners, because he lives in the resort where we host the Dutch summer school in Drenthe. This rabbit always chooses to eat the grass right next to the classroom when the lessons are going on. So it looks like he is eager to learn Dutch, just like you. If we talk about the rabbit, we talk about the next one. De haas. De haas. However, it's not a pet in the Netherlands. De muis. De muis. If you have one, I hope it's a pet. But it can also be an unwanted guest. Not only lawyers, bankers and famous people live in the center of Amsterdam, amongst mice it's a favorite place too. And when the cat's away the mice will play, we have the same saying in Dutch. Als de kat van huis is, dansen de muizen. If you're interested in proverbs, and I do recommend because the Dutch use them a lot, look up my course 250 Dutch Proverbs. I explain the meaning and how to use them. And you can find a lot of interesting illustrations there made by Dutch learner Kata from Hungary, just like this one. De hamster. De hamster. There is a Dutch verb called hamsteren for the behavior of human beings acting like a hamster, in the sense of stashing up or hoarding, buying a lot of food to store it for later. We already discussed the next one in lesson 10. De vis. De vis. And as we are talking about pets, de goudvis. De goudvis. De schildpad. De schildpad. I don't know if this is common in your country, but in the Netherlands turtles are quite popular pets. Let's get to know farm animals. De boerderij. De boerderij. De koe. De koe. One of the most important animals for the Dutch. I guess you know why. Het paard. Het paard. Het varken. Het varken. The pig farming sector in the Netherlands is quite big. In our country, we have about the same amount of pigs living as human beings. Het schaap. Het schaap. De geit. De geit. De ezel. De ezel. De kip. De kip. De haan. De haan. And these last two are birds. We'll now discuss the most common birds in the Netherlands. De vogel. De vogel. De eend. De eend. De zwaan. De zwaan. That is also the nickname of de Erasmusbrug in Rotterdam. You can imagine why. De gans. De gans. De ooievaar. De ooievaar. We still believe that the stork delivers babies. De mus. De mus. In the yearly national bird count, the mus always takes the first place. It is the most spotted bird in the Netherlands. Do you remember this one? De duif. De duif. I told you during the lesson about Amsterdam that they are the main occupants of the central square, the Dam. And for a lot of Dutch, this is their hobby. They keep them and go to France, where they set them free, and whose pigeon is the first to arrive back home wins the contest. Does this sport, as I described it here, also exist in your country? Write it in the comments if you are watching this in YouTube. That's it for today. If you liked the lesson, click the thumbs up button and share it on social media. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for weekly videos to learn Dutch. We will talk about animals one more time in lesson 37. Then we discuss the ones that you can find in the wild or in the zoo. The next lesson is not obligatory for women because we are going to talk about football. Tot ziens, tot les 22. Tot les 22.